Hello everyone, this is Bentley from Kent, Washington, and today we're going to do a short but important tip when it comes to plants for profit. You can see here we're looking at the primary plants for profit tank, and you got half the tank is really short and the other half is still very, very tall. And as you look here, you can see a lot of those lower stems in here are pretty bare looking. This is the other half of the tank I need to trim, and the important lesson here is, much like you do in breeding, in plants you kind of need to cull. A little different, it really just means getting rid of a lot of the old lower growth, and you can see how I've got all this overgrown stuff here that has to be trimmed, has to be pulled down. But in order to get the best looking plants, especially to sell to your customers, you really do every once in a while kind of have to almost start over. And what that means is just trimming off, hand selecting the best trims, replanting them, and then usually, about a month or so, you should be back rolling again. Generally, I suggest doing this in the summer. Typically, much like fish stores, business is going to be a little slower in the summer. There's a lot of people who are going outside, enjoying the nice weather, doing a lot less fish stuff. That's your best time to do those hand culls and take that time to grow out. Here in the big rainbow tank, you can see those lower stems there. We don't see them quite as bare. This is like healthier growth. This is a stem that you wouldn't look to cull right away. You just trim. You've got this beautiful growth up top. You trim it. Those are sellable. The lower growth is still doing okay. Leave it be. So again, why this is really important is you always want to be selling the highest quality product you can produce. And if the lower stuff is getting kind of ugly looking, it's probably been trimmed so many times that it's getting too dense, and eventually the small offshoots that's going to come for the next trims are not going to be quite as healthy because they've already, that really old root structure and stuff is going to be taking a lot of nutrients as is. So starting with fresh starts, kind of restarting some of your plants, and you can do this like only part of the tank at a time. You notice in my grow out tank, I did the first half, and then I'm going to move on and do the second half. Very, very simple. That's your tip for today in Plants for Profit. Make sure that every so often you do cull your plants. And you don't have to do this a ton. This could be like once, maybe every 9 months to a year. Doesn't have to be very often. I think in my particular tank, I'm looking at this as about a 6-month mark, but that's just because I push growth a lot faster because there's a ton of sunlight and LED light coming into that tank. So it gets so much light, the growth is quite a lot faster. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching, and stay awesome.